Today we will be learning a little bit more about Joseph Smith. He was born December 23rd, 1805 in Sharon, Vermont. He had 5 brothers and 2 sisters. He was the 3rd oldest son. When he was about 14 years old, his family moved to Manchester, New York in the United States. In Manchester, there was a great excitement about religion. Many different people talked about how they felt great spiritual strength with certain religions, but all of the churches of the time would fight about what teachings were correct. Some of his family members joined the Presbyterian Church, but Joseph felt conflicted on which church was true. He said,
"In the midst of this words and tumult of opinions, I often said to myself, what is to be done? All these parties are right, or are they all wrong together? Then one of them be right, says it, and how shall I know it?"
What would you do if you felt confused and didn't know what to do? Pause the video while you discuss this as a family. Joseph's family was very religious, and they read the Bible together often. Joseph was reading the Bible one day and came across James 1:5, where it said, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." And after Joseph read the scripture, he said,
"Never did any passage of Scripture come with more power to the heart of man than this did at this time. To mine it seemed to enter with great force into every feeling of my heart. I reflected on it again and again, knowing that if any person needed wisdom from God, I did. For how to act, I did not know. Unless I could get more wisdom than I then had, I would never know. For the teachers of religion of the different sects understood the same passages of Scripture so differently as to destroy all confident understanding. The question my appeal to the Bible. At length I came to the conclusion that I must either remain in darkness and confused, or else I must do as James directs, that is, ask of God. I at length came to the determination to ask of God, concluding that if he came wisdom to them that lacked wisdom and would give liberally and not upbraid, I might venture."
Joseph did what he had seen his mother do often. He went into the woods behind his family's farm to ask God. When he began to pray, the powers of the devil overtook him and made it so that he couldn't speak. He used all his strength to ask God for help. Just then, a super bright light filled the grove of trees. The darkness left, and Joseph was free. 2 heavenly beings appeared. Joseph said,
"It no sooner appeared than I found myself delivered from the enemy which held me bound. When the light rested upon me, I saw 2 personages whose brightness and glory defy all descriptions. Standing above me in the air, one of them spake unto me, calling me by name, and said, pointing to the other, This is my beloved Son, hear him."
Jesus then spoke to him and told him that none of the churches were true, and he told him not to join any of them at that time. When Joseph had a question that didn't seem like it could be answered by anyone, what did he do? Pause the video while you discuss this as a family. If we have questions that need to be answered, what can we do? Pause the video while you discuss this as a family. Is there a time in your life when you have heard the voice of the Lord and followed it? Discuss this as a family. For the lesson plan, check out our blog in the description below.